What's up, guys? Rainer here, coming at you with some more Smite gameplay. This time, I'll be teaching you what you can expect when you first start up a new game of Smite, a new account. If you're a new player looking to get in this game, but you seem intimidated by what's happening, I'm here to kind of walk you through the process. So you create your account, and you go through the tutorial. The tutorial will teach you the very basics of what you need to know. It's pretty good for what it does, but let's step into how to actually get into a game yourself. If you're too intimidated to jump right into normal modes against actual players without having any kind of experience or anything like that, practice is always an option. You can go to Joust and do solo against the enemies, and that's what we're going to do right now. And there's also Arena practice. The jungle practice isn't great, but, I mean, it's there. So I'm going to pick Ra. This is your God select screen. You've got the gods that have the exclamation points in their picture. Those are the gods of the week. They are the rotation that high-res changes. That it rotates. It's either by week or 2 weeks. I don't remember which. The other ones are free gods for you to use at any time. We have Apollo, Guan Yu, Neith, Ra, Thor, and Ymir. Someone to cover every aspect of the game. So you've got a hunter, who's a ranged carry character, a warrior, Guan Yu, another hunter in Neith, Ra, who's a mage, Thor, who's an assassin, and Ymir, who is a tank. I'm going to pick Ra because I've picked Ra before. All the other gods are locked. We'll get into that in the next video. One of the important things is if you don't know what to do, if like you see the big item list and it scares you, like I don't have time to read all of this, you'll have auto level skills checkbox and auto level items. This will take care of everything that's not playing the game for you, choosing which skill you level first, which skills level, and then which items you buy. Now, the item builds are predetermined. It doesn't adjust according to how the game is going. So once you get comfortable with the actual playing of the game, it's always a good idea to turn both of those off, just so that you have a little bit of free control when the game is being played. So when you spawn in, this is just like a normal Conquest game. You spawn in, and in my videos, you see me open the item screen and then buy items. With auto buy, it's already bought them for me. It's bought a Vampiric Shroud, a Meditation Sprint, and a Health Potion. The area that I'm standing here is the fountain. The fountain is where you go to buy items. If I step outside of that, I can't purchase. I can't buy things. Inside the fountain, I can do whatever I want. I can buy more potions if I wanted to, but I don't want to, so I'm not going to. Your main goal here is to protect your Titan. Your Titan is that's your lunch money. Don't let the enemies take it, and you'll be fine. There's one here, and there's one on the other side. As we step out here, you'll see that we have a Phoenix. Phoenixes are always your last line of defense before the Titan. If they die, the enemies get super minions. We'll get into that later. That's not even relevant right now. The Phoenixes, if they are killed, will regenerate themselves after a period of time. So it's not like once they're gone, they're gone. Towers, on the other hand, which you'll see up here, are that way. If you kill a tower, the tower is dead. All the damage the tower takes is permanent damage. That's just the way the game is played. So they're pushing up, so I'm just going to take care of this real fast. There's the enemy. He's a bot. I mean, it's not like he's actually trying hard. The big thing about the game here is that the lanes, this should be basically a typical like mid lane arrangement. It's the way the game plays in the mid lane very often. Mage versus mage, minion fight. It's all that good stuff. Oh my god, get out of here. So, back to what I was talking about. The tower here has this ring around it. You can see the ring here. It kind of highlights itself. Anything that comes inside of that ring will be targeted by the tower. It prioritizes minions first, unless a god, and it prioritizes whoever enters the area first. I shouldn't even say gods. or minions first. It prioritizes whoever walks in the area first. So I'm going to push this tower here. This other Ra is just a joke. Get out of here. You're being a dick. Go away. Yeah, that's right. You just remember that. So we step into the ring here, and you notice it targets the melee minions first because they entered first. Then it shifts over to the enemy, the ranged minions, and once it kills all of them off, it's going to switch to me. You really, really don't want to be in tower alone. You will take a lot of damage. Well, I'll just give you an example. I'm just going to walk in here. I mean, look at this. Look at all this damage I'm taking. It's going to kill me. It's hardcore how much damage the towers will do if you let them focus you. It's just never go into a tower alone. One of the other things I can't prove it, and there's no real way to tell, but I'm pretty sure that the lanes, the minions themselves, will just fight themselves to a stalemate, just right to the middle, and then eventually they'll balance themselves out. So the minions are a 50-50 split on how much damage they do. So if you put a single god into an empty lane, that lane is going to, whichever side the god is on, is going to push the hardest. So you saw the damage the tower does. You don't go into the tower without minion support. That's always very important. Let's talk about the next key aspect of Smite, and that is the jungle camp, the jungle over here. The jungle, every game has jungle, whether you're playing Arena, Conquest, or Joust like this, and they all do various things. Like if we come over here, this one here is the sprint camp, the movement speed boost. Though the big thing about these camps is that they can be very difficult to take by yourself. Now, unless you've got special abilities that can take care of that for you, like Hand of Gods, or some gods themselves have abilities that are very good at clearing waves of enemies in the jungle. It's always best if you don't just go for it by yourself, unless you know you can win. Out of here, Ra. I got stuff to do. So let's start over here with the speed buff. The speed buff is easy to identify. You can see it here spinning around this guy. It's the tornado. It's the orange tornado thing. When you take this buff, you can see up there in the upper right-hand corner, the game's telling you what it is. It's a speed cap. It gives you 20% movement speed and 10% attack speed. This is great for the hunter characters and assassin characters that thrive on doing damage quickly. Moving quickly and doing damage quickly. That's very important to know. I'm going to come back over here and push this lane again because Ra's being a dick. So we come over here again to the next buff camp. This is the damage camp. You can see that by the red spike ball. The damage camp, you can see there in the upper right, 20 increase of power for 2 minutes and a 10 increase of magical or physical power. That camp is good for everybody. Everybody that does damage in the game is good for the red camp. We'll get to the mana camp here in a second. They're busy over here being dicks again. All right, now that that's happened, so we move over here to the final buff camp, the mana camp here. Now the mana camp is noticed by the blue little potion looking thing floating around. And the mana camp gives you 5 mana per second, so you'll regenerate 5 mana every second and a 10% cooldown reduction, so your abilities cool down faster. The blue buff is good for anybody that relies heavily on their abilities or needs, that mana, the mana boost. Typically in Conquest, the duo lanes take mana buffs because they make the most use out of it. All right, so another thing that's always important to note is that if you look on the map here, you'll see that the arrangements are made in a mirrored formation. So you've got, on my side, which is the left here, we've got speed, power, mana, and on the other side, you've got speed, power, mana in a mirrored formation. That's very exactly how the conquest map is set up as well. Everybody has the exact same buffs as the other side. So it's not like one side gets the power buff and one side gets the mana buff. So you don't even have to worry about that. So as my minions move up and attack, and I do damage to Ra, the tower shifts from targeting minions and will move to target me. So if you do any damage to a god during your while you're in the tower will immediately prioritize you instead of the minions. This can work both to your advantage and not, depending on how you play the game. That's just definitely something that's an advanced strategy. You got to know what you're doing before you even worry about that. At the start here, just don't even think about attacking gods when you're in the fountain. The goal is to not take tower damage. You don't want to do that. So while I'm pressing tower, let's talk about what the HUD here is, the heads-up display. So in the bottom, let's start in the bottom left corner. You'll see the sword with the 2 next to it. That means I have 2 kills. The next one to that is a tombstone. That's 1 death. The hand means you have an assist. Underneath that, you'll have physical power, which is just your basic attack damage. That's how much basic attack damage I do. Is 86 minus however much defense the target has. So Ra has a bit, so he's not taking maximum damage from me. It's a normal thing. Underneath that, you'll see the shield. That's physical defense. That's how much physical defense I have. How much damage I will take. Ra, just why? Why are you still here? Go away. That's how much physical damage you'll resist. So the enemy Ra, assumingly, has probably something similar to that. So he's taking less damage than my 86. Underneath that is movement speed. That's how fast your character moves. 413 is a thing. To the right-hand column, you'll see 160. That's my magical power. Underneath that is 80. That's magical defense. And underneath that is attack speed. That's at a 1. Everybody starts at 1. There are things that will change that. Gods have abilities that increase their attack speed. This ability that I'm using right now in Ra will slow him down and change his movement speed. He just wants to die, apparently, so we're going to grant that request. Moving on to the right-hand side, you'll see it's basically the mirror of what the other side is. Those are the slots that contain your items. You see that the one on the bottom of there is flashing. That means I have enough money to buy the next level of that item. If you look above that, you'll see the number 4228. That's how much money I have. And that's a shitload of money, but that's how much money I have. If we go up to the top left corner, you'll see a picture of me. That's your team. When you have a full team of 5, all 5 of your members will appear up there. You'll be able to see how much health they have, how much mana they have, and what level they are. Let's not get killed by the Phoenix. The same thing happens on the other side, except that you can't see their health or mana. That's like, it's not really like classified information, but it's not pertinent to you. If I need to know how much health or mana Ra has, I can literally just look at him. It shows me how much health and mana he has and what level he is. Yeah, can you not, Ra? Can you not? I'm busy here. All right, you've seen me do this a few times. I'm low on health, kind of low on mana. If you press the B button, you'll start your recall. This is also called backing. Just you'll warp right back to the fountain and recover all your health and mana. It works really well for what you need it to work for. It's also how you go back to buy items. You notice I filled out the item build because I have auto buy on. So that's always a great thing to do if you're low on health and don't have any healing for you. I have a health potion. I could have used it, but I was so low that it didn't really matter. Moving up to the very top of the screen, that is the game scoreboard. On the very left-hand side, that's my side's gold, my side's Phoenix remaining, my side's tower remaining, and my side's kills. It's the exact same thing mirrored onto the other side. The enemy team's kills, how many towers they have, and how many Phoenixes they have remaining. In the middle is the game time. I'm sure I didn't need to tell you, but there it is. Down to the bottom of the screen, that is your personal player information. You have your god picture. Doesn't really, I mean, you know who you picked. You don't really need that to know who you picked. You know, you picked them. Underneath that is your level at the 16 there. And then the bar underneath your character icon is how much experience you need to level up to your next level. The max cap is 20. Everyone starts at 1, depending on what game mode you pick. I think you started at 3 in this one. In normal conquest, which is the bread and butter game mode of Smite, everyone starts at 1. So we've destroyed the enemy Phoenix. So super minions are going to spawn. So we're going to talk about those when we get there. The green bar on the bottom is your health. I have currently something around 2,000. Mist skill is mist. Killing Ra is killing Ra. So I currently have 2141 of 2141. I have full health. To the next bar over to that, I have 15.16. That's how much health regeneration you have per second. Underneath that is mana. That's how much mana regeneration you have. Maybe it's not per second. It doesn't look like it is. Whatever. Anyway. And then you have your items, or your abilities. On the left, the one that just spun down to 0, that's up, right, down, and left. That's because I have a gamepad here. It does its own thing. That's your 1, 2, 3, and 4 ability. 1, 2, and 3 can be unlocked at any time. 4 is your ultimate. It becomes available at level 5. After that, you'll see E and F. E and F is your actives. Actives, currently I have meditation and sprint. Those are the default ones that buy. Actives, unlike items, you can only purchase. You can't sell. So it's kind of like a hard commitment to the ones you buy. And don't ever buy meditation. Unless you're playing Assault. And then to the right of that, you'll see the one that says like THU, whatever the fuck. It's a thumb button. It's the thumb buttons on my mouse. I don't remember what the defaults are, but that's what they are now. I changed them. You can change your settings at any time by coming in here to settings and go to key bindings, and you can literally fully customize the entire game. Entirely. Everything that happens will happen in the settings there. So now that we've pushed up wave, the minions are attacking the Titan. These are super minions. You can tell they're super minions because they're on fire, or they have flaming weapons. If you look closely, you'll see my minions versus their minions. This is how much better they are. They're serious. When super minions spawn into the game, you know that one side is winning. That's a very clear definition that one side has the upper hand. Without support from the gods, the super minions will beat the regular minions all the time. It's not even a contest at that point. I mean, if we walk out here, I mean, these guys here are they just killed the big knight, and none of them are dead. I mean, they do a ton of damage. As they move up and attack the Titan functions the exact same as the towers. It will prioritize the minions unless I attack Ra. Now he's attacking me. He functions just like the tower as well. If you leave the area, he will stop attacking you. You just saw the enemy Phoenix regenerate. He spawns with like a quarter health. If with no god support, the super minions can take him down in seconds. Oh, killed by the Titan. The Titan, just like the towers, does a lot of damage. So here I've died. So you go into spectate mode. You get a black and white image of, well, just like a desaturated vision picture of everything that's happening. Here you see my tower, my Titan, and my Phoenix. If there are other enemy gods that are playing the game, there aren't right now, you can switch to them too and watch them play. So you always want to let the minions go first. Into towers, Phoenixes, whatever. Now, the Titan functions differently than everyone else in the fact that he takes damage from your abilities. So when I throw my searing pain here, hang on. Oh, wait for it. Basically, the Titan functions just like a god. Kill Ra here, walk into the Titan, and we start throwing abilities at him, and he takes damage from the abilities. You saw my ult did a big chunk of damage. So when the Titan dies, the game is over. There's no after. The enemy team loses, you win, depending on how it happens. You also can go the other way. So that moves us on to the next screen here. Your victory screen. So what it's going to give you is you get information. Favor gained. Favor is the currency of Smite, and it's free to play. It's your free to play currency. You earn currency by playing. Whether you win, whether you lose. You earn more by winning. You also earn some by losing. You earn favor for leveling up. Stuff like that. Worshippers is how you get a mastery for a god. Your mastery level is here. Your mastery level is here. And it goes from 1 to 10. Currently, you start at 0 for everyone. The more you play a god, the more masteries you get. And I think once you hit 10, you can unlock the legendary skin. It's very exciting. Next up is your experience gained. These are all at 0 because it's practice. You're playing against bots. You play against real people or with real people, you will gain something. Your level, it's not exceptionally relevant to matchmaking. It's not like you're only going to get matched with level 2 people. It's just going to use your level to kind of balance it out. So you can get matched up with guys that are extremely high level and guys that are extremely low level in the exact same lobby. It doesn't ever happen, but it can. And then finally, your mastery level. Once you gain a mastery, you gain a mastery level. And it counts for every time you do it. So we move over here. These are your accolades. I got 9 kills, 3 tower kills, and then a first blood. These can also change depending on what game mode you play. So you come back to the home screen, and now you come down here and look at you got your name. There it is. Level 2. I need 720 experience to reach level 3. Your mastery level. Gems are the currency you can pay for in Smite. You do that by coming up here. You can purchase gems. Those cost actual money, but it's also kind of a grind to unlock gods in Smite. If you come over here to the gods screen, you can see all the gods. And you can see that it costs 1,200 favor to unlock Agni. That's not a ton of favor that you need, but I currently only have 400, so I can't buy Agni right now. So you can play the game to unlock the gods. I mean, here's our new god, Nemesis. She costs 11,000 favor. So you have, or just 200 gems. So you can just put money into the game and unlock it. On my main account, DC Rainer, I have all of the gods. It's a thing. I just bought them all because these guys did a great job and they deserve the money. What else is there? When you come into your normal game, these on the co-ops, it will fill you out with AI players, and then you will play against bots depending on who is playing. So if you want to play with people but not against people, this is a great way to play. And then your normal is PvP, player on player, and we can get into that later. For now, I think that'll wrap it up. This has been Rainer. I might do another one of these to kind of go into the advanced tactics of the game. I'll see you next time.